All right, Brittany, have you ever bet with a magician before?
No.
No? Okay, so I'm going to teach you to never ever do that.
Okay.
So I have two coins right here. One's a Mexican centavo and one's a half dollar, American half dollar.
Okay.
There's several differences between them. One's copper, one's silver, one's American, and one's Mexican. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Value Talk Show. Today we have a really, really special guest, Cedric. Not Cedric the Entertainer, right?
Well, everyone calls me that.
But are you the Cedric the Entertainer?
I try to be without stealing his royalties, yeah.
Okay. And I'm super psyched you're here. Not only did you travel far, but you came here and prepared with your own camera. So we are grateful that you're here. Let's just start off. Tell the people. Well, no, scratch that.
Yeah.
We got to talk about your iconic shirt. Show these people this iconic shirt right now.
One of the greatest movies ever made, Friday. One of my favorite movies, the best one in the entire trilogy. Other two are kind of trash.
Oh! Whoa,
there's a couple of funny parts in the other movies, but this is the best one by far.
Bye, Felicia. Bye. People don't even know where that comes from.
No,
Can you believe that?
I was showing magic tricks to people at the Braintree Mall. And I had the shirt on, and like kids don't even know what that is. They just say like, "Bye, Felicia." And she was like, "Where'd they come? Where'd you get that from?" I was like, "Star Wars." Like the kids just make something up. They're like, "I don't know where it's from."
That's like the saddest thing in the world. But you just opened up why we're here. You are a
magician.
Right. Is something gonna pop out right now?
I wish not. I should have brought some of the sleeves. Yeah.
Tell us about it. Where this life started. I mean, I need to know. We need to know this lifestyle. And why isn't there much of you all out there?
Magic is such a secretive thing. It happens a lot that there would be a magician like on YouTube. That's where I learned a lot of my magic from. You go on YouTube, you'll learn something and stuff, but it's so difficult to teach something online because you could teach something and it'd be someone else's and they get really angry because that's how some magicians make their living for creating things and stuff like that. And some people steal other tricks and reveal it and stuff. It's very rare because they try to keep everything in like books and people don't like to read a lot. I spent probably like $150 on like books this year. So far.
Yeah. You gotta pay for your own talent?
Yeah.
Sounds
and
really
probably like $600 on playing cards alone.
Magic's
really expensive. It's pretty sad. No, but yeah, it's there's not many magicians. It's kind of hard to answer that question because God, that's a hard question. Because it's more, you don't see many magicians in Massachusetts. You see them all in New York. I've been to New York 4 times. The last time I was there, it was like 2 weeks ago. Meeting with people. You just walk into a magic store. Everyone knows how to do tricks and stuff like that. But down here, it's just, I guess because in New York, there's so much like entertainers or singers. There's like the biggest rappers like the Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie, everything. Like everyone's from New York, but who's from Massachusetts? Like what? Bo Burnham, Ben Affleck. Like you have to think hard about it. It's like there's a very small amount of people from Massachusetts. It's such a rural area.
Yes, I hear you on that. I think one of the biggest discussions thus far about talent is the talent's here in Massachusetts. It's just people are going to LA or New York or all the known artist areas, but the talent's here, and we're thankful and grateful that there's people like you that still trying to do your talent in other places, like the Braintree Mall. Shout out to the Braintree Mall. So we need to know the magic lifestyle. Like, how did you come about this, and where do you think you're gonna take it thus far? Because you work so hard and spend money on it. So I would anticipate, right, y'all? I would anticipate you're using this to progress and explore more.
It's really a lot of time spent alone and practicing. I've gotten books from teachers and things like that. I used to be on YouTube practicing, trying to like copy different things. The one person I was super inspired by was David Blaine. I saw his show in Boston earlier this year, and I could shake his hand, and I was so happy. Because he was very, I was very inspired by him because I don't know if you remember like 5-6 years ago, I used to be like super monotone, and like I had that blank stare, and he had that, and I was like, oh my god, he's like the most amazing person because I'm just like that, and like he does magic and stuff, and A lot of the thing that I noticed the most, a lot of magicians are very introverted people. They used to be extremely introverted. They try to use magic to break the ice or like break out of their shell. I used to go like to parties and stuff like that and stand in a corner and not doing anything. But like once I learned magic, I could just walk up to a random person and be like, "Hey, can I show you something?" And they're like, they were like totally freaked out. Now I drive all the way to New York, go to Times Square, be like, "Hey, you want to see a card trick?" Just to anybody, and like just show it and record it and everything. But a lot of magicians, they also spend a lot of time practicing on themselves and around other people. You don't really. A lot of magicians always have one person that they always practice on. My go-to people are my youngest brother, sister, and my girlfriend. They always hate it.
Shout out to them!
Yeah, they really hate it because because it's like they'll be doing something like in the middle of them like washing dishes. I'm like, "Hey, pick a card." They get really pissed off.
Like, Cedric, we don't understand the magic.
Yeah, or some of the same trick like 80 times in a row because I'm still trying to practice it on them. But yeah, it's usually a lot of stuff like that.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned, you know, how you just go up to random people. That's actually how I met you. When I first met you, you came up to me and just like, "Hey, you want to see a trick?" And I'm always amazed. I think magic is the coolest thing ever. And I'm really, really sad that there isn't a lot of people doing magic, but I don't have the time or patience for that.
Yeah.
But I just loved how you came up to me and I just wanted to see more. And so how do you find yourself pulling more and more audience to watch you and
shell?
process?
The way I would get people crowded around me is basically, I don't know, I just get stuck in the trick. I don't really care about the people that more and more come in. Usually if I'm doing a card trick, another person will stop by, turn their head, and they'll look, and then I'll turn around and be like, "Oh, hey, you choose a card." And I'll just keep doing that, and the crowd gets bigger and bigger and stuff like that.
Like, what was the moment where you were like, "Wow, this is my passion. I'm gonna go for it hard," and this moment made me feel like I'm Cedric.
I think it happened a couple times. Actually, this year, a few months ago, there's a magician. He's from Canada. His name is Chris Ramsey, and he was going to be in New York on a Saturday at Phantasma. It's a magic store on like 35th Street, around there. And I just said to myself, I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to drive down there. We're going to take that 4-hour drive there, 4-hour drive back in one day, 8 hours of driving.
So you're losing money and you're spending money for this talent.
Yeah. And I bought like a whole brick of his cards. I spent like $100 on his cards alone. But like I met him and I met one of his friends I also watch on YouTube. His name is Xavier Spade. We were doing magic tricks back and forth. There was like a room, like I'd never been in a room full of magicians. Like over my lifetime, I've probably met like 1-2 magicians, probably like one of them that does it professionally. But like I just walked into a room just full of people, just like I only see that on YouTube or on television and stuff. You never really see it in person in Massachusetts. But like it was just crazy, and spending time with people, showing each other different moves and like doing things. And a lot of magicians, they get so caught up, they try to fool other magicians instead of trying to fooling what we call regular people or laymen. We would try to fool other laymen and try to fool each other. I have no like good magician killers. That's what they call it. They call it magician killers. Like you get so angry, you go to a magic shop, someone will show you something, you're like, "Wait, how'd you do that?" And they just walk away. But,
show me how it's done.
Yeah, but
I'm one of you.
Yeah, they try to do that. But for me, I do like there's a couple of moves that I do that are extremely difficult that a lot of magicians can't do. Like I did one trick to Chris Ramsey. What he was doing in Phantasma was that he was having a challenge. He was saying, "Oh, you can come to the shop and try to fool me. If you fool me, you get a prize." I think it was like a DVD with a couple tricks on it or whatever. And I went up to him and I was like, "I know I can't fool you. This is a trick that everyone does."
Wait, I'm not following correctly. So fool you as in like fall for the trick?
Not understand what the trick is, like how the trick is done. Try to fool him, how like he can't figure it out. So he's a big magician. He's a big YouTuber. He just hit like 1.5 million subs on his channel.
Okay.
And like he was on television and stuff like that and everything. He meets like a bunch of celebrities. I told him, I was like, "I know I can't fool you, but I want to show you one of my versions of this trick that every magician does."
Yeah.
And took a card out, put it in the middle, comes back to the top. Put it back in the middle, comes back to the top. And I showed him this move where I spin the card and it comes back to the top. He's like, whoa, 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 do that again? And he grabbed his camera. You see me in one of his videos just doing it. My hands were a little ashy.
Put the lotion on.
Yeah, you see me doing the move. And then a few weeks later, actually like a couple months later, I took my girlfriend to the same place. We're on vacation for our anniversary. And one of the guys that were there, Xavier Spade, he's just sitting there on his computer. And I was like, wait, Xavier? I was like, hi. I was with you for 10 minutes trying to buy a trick. I was there for like an hour and a half going back doing tricks and everything. And I showed him that same move. It's called Uzumaki. It's a spinning move. And the people who created it are Dan and Dave, the brothers. And he told me, he looked at me straight in the face and was like, you do it better than they do. And I was like,
iconic moment. That's what we're talking about. Using your talent and making it iconic and memorable. Well, that's really good. Right now, I think it's a good time to let's see some tricks.
Okay.
Let's see some tricks.
And you can tell there's another difference between them. Can you tell?
The size?
The size. All right. Which one's the bigger one? The $50? All right. Now, Brittany, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Right-handed. All right. Open your right hand. All right. So close your hand. So what I want you to do is to place your hands behind your back and put the not the $50, the 20-cent piece in your left hand. You got it? So you got one coin in each hand?
Yes.
All right, now put both your hands in front of you just like that. All right, so which one's the $50? This one here? All right, so let me see. All right, so you got that correct. So that's the $50 there. So that means I should have the 20-cent piece in there. Now it's a quarter. All right, let me see.
No freaking way! Okay, Cedric, I'm so thankful and grateful you came today. A word I say a lot, thankful and grateful, because again, I think people need to value certain talents, and this is one that amazes me to this day. I hope to have you back on the show, and you can tell us more about what's been going on. So for now, though, what are you anticipating now? So where is this gonna go?
What I'm anticipating now, I am trying to work on a website. I am actually going to do a photo shoot.
Ooh, photo shoot.
Yeah, put it on my Instagram and everything. I'm also trying to go down to downtown and have someone film me doing magic tricks to people and everything. I hope it's a lot easier than Times Square, because everyone thinks they're trying to hustle and get $1 out of it. It happens all the time when I go down there.
They are making their money with their talent, okay? Can't even be mad.
But yeah, trying to find some gigs. It's hard for magicians because you always gotta hustle. You gotta find different places to work out and stuff like. And another thing I would say, it's pretty difficult because.
Now tell the people where they can find you.
They can all find me on Instagram and Facebook. Everything's under Cedric Purcell. I think just my Instagram is Cedric Purcell 906. That's really it. But I mostly post on Instagram.
Spell that. Now do a trick on it.
Do a trick on it? Oh, I was like, what?
But again, thank you so much for coming. It's been a pleasure, and we hope to have you back.